All right, good morning. Sylvia Athey here. I'm going to read you guys a little quote. These are really cool cards, by the way, if you want to do gifts for your team. These are really awesome. You can get them on Amazon. Affirmators. They have all these like really cool things. So quickly, options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet. And I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Yo, that's what we have ketones for. Okay, just super quick because we're going to get started and dive into day 2 of the Keto Life Party. And I want you guys to be thinking of questions because we're going to start quickly. That way we can save time at the end for your guys' questions, okay? So as things pop into your head, write them down. And as soon as she's finished, I will start asking you guys, or you could even start throwing them in there and I'll scroll back and find the questions and we'll get some answers for you. Real quick though, I did want to say great job because we did sell out of the Mitoplex. So you guys did an incredible job yesterday sharing that. And if you have not seen yet, you have a new link for a new video. Who has seen the new video? Because it is freaking off the charts, you guys. Go to your Pulse app, check out that video, and know that you can send it with your link. So your referral code .pruvitnow.com/products, and then it's /keto os-nat. Find it in your Pulse app. Try it out. The video is amazing. It's bomb diggity. I'll let me see. I'll show my screen here real quick. All right.
Sweet. I got it.
Okay. So right here. So it's that's my referral code. So your referral code .pruvitnow.com/products /keto os-nat. This video is amazing, you guys. I'm like super impressed. So with that being said, let me make sure that I do my job and mute everyone out. And Abigail, where are you, girlfriend?
What is up?
What up? Yo, I'm super excited for the content today. And I know everybody else is. So let's get rocking and rolling because I know people are going to have questions and this is really going to help them apply it to their own business.
Awesome. Still sending out Zoom links. Okay, let's get started. Let's recap just a little bit on yesterday. The outcome for having Keto Life parties, right, is to, number one, get your product and help your customers get their product and other promoters for free, to engage your network and create that local community. And number 3 is to get parties started all over your organization because we know that every successful person here, it starts at getting out the 5 and 10 days and getting them out to as many people as possible. And if as an organization, y'all are just blowing through 5 and 10 days because you're having parties every week, think about what that's going to look like from a refill standpoint and that volume that's going to come in monthly just from promoters. So, and then yesterday, if you go to the Keto Movement YouTube page, make sure you're subscribed there so you're getting those email notifications when replays come out. You can go through it, and it was all about the invite process. It was about recruiting to invite, having someone that you're inviting other people. And it was about using your voice and sharing that excitement when you invite. So today we're going to pick up with when we've talked about setting the date, letting it be within 48, 72 hours of inviting people. But let's talk about picking up here. You want to set 2 dates. Because as you're starting to contact people, and if you get a no and somebody can't make it to that party, then you have another one to invite them to on the back end. So that's reason number 1 that you select 2 dates. Reason number 2 that you select 2 dates is because anybody who comes to your party and maybe signs up as a SmartShip customer or even as a new promoter, they have the opportunity right away to turn around within 2 to 3 days, that same 24, 48-hour window slot, and invite their friends to the party so they can go ahead and start working on their free product. So when you're in the invite process, I'd plan 2 parties back to back for those 2 reasons, okay? Now, when you're also getting ready to have your party, you want to make sure that you're following up that day. And remember, yesterday we talked about delegating responsibility to have someone bring your Dixie cups, or have somebody bring napkins, or have someone bring a tray of fat bombs, whatever. Okay, so we're going to get on to that. You want to confirm, because people may end up coming that weren't going to come as you follow up and confirm that day. All right, so getting into the party. You ready? You got your notes, you've got your pen. What we want to focus on at the party is a warm environment. We want people to feel comfortable. How many of you today liked coming on to like a little bit of jam? They hated it, Sylvia. No, noted. Raise your hand if you liked a little bit of that jam. I know for me, I was sitting here kind of like, okay, come on, come on. And I heard the music and I just kind of started, okay, all right. I took a selfie. I started picking my energy up. So number 1, music. Music is everything to warm up an environment when you're getting ready for a party. Number 2, another way to warm it up is to have a happy greeter. If you're throwing a party, it's really important that you have somebody there. They don't even have to be a customer or a promoter, but you could have, your kid, or you could have an aunt, or, a neighbor that you invited, and literally just say to them, hey, when people walk in the door, will you introduce yourself, bring them in, and also introduce them to somebody else, and go over, this is just a social skill. And if you know this social skill, it's going to really help 10x your business and your life. But when you go into an environment, a social setting, a party, and you're meeting people, you want to dig in to find some common ground, because great connectors can be able to look across a room or find someone else and be like, oh my gosh, who else does that? And they go connect you with somebody else. Some of the best and most successful real estate agents that I know in Kansas City are always connecting people to other people because they listen and they remember the common ground. As you're being a connector in your business and you're finding out about, this prospect that you're talking to, you're learning about them. I'm telling you, sometimes for a month, I don't get into the play that works, but I learn that person's a CrossFitter, that person's a Christian, that person's going through a hard time. And I'm literally connecting them with resources as I learn about them, and I'm giving them value. It's just a social skill. So when you're having a party, having somebody warm up that environment with your guests to come in and connecting them with others and creating that atmosphere. How many of you have been in an atmosphere where it's just crickets and it's super uncomfortable? All right. Try spending money in an uncomfortable environment. People don't spend money in an uncomfortable environment. It's like if you walk into, BMW, or you walk into Tesla. Have you ever walked into a Tesla place? You should, because that's your rank 7 and you're going to manifest that. Okay, but walk into a Tesla place. Guys, they have coffee. They have bottled waters. They have comfy couches. It's like sleek. It's nice. Everybody welcomes you when you come in. Nice car places put a lot of investment into the environment. Why? Because they want to make it warm and comfortable for the buyer. I loved when I had my Lexus. When I got to the COC, I got the Lexus Sport Hybrid. Okay. I absolutely loved going into the Lexus shop because they had cookies. I know I'm keto, but I do love cookies. And they had lots of snacks. They had different ways you could fix up your coffee. They had a TV station. They had a little place for my daughter to play. I did not mind getting car work done because I actually enjoyed working in that place on my laptop during the day. And I kind of started feeling a part of that Lexus community. The employees would say hi, they recognized me. So if you're creating that party experience, being hospitable and warm it up is probably the most important thing that I could tell you to do today. And when you feel that uncomfortable environment, like get outside yourself and really try and stoke those conversations, turn up that music, or, you know, at the next party, learn from it. What was it that didn't make this comfortable? How many of you have been to a party that was real sterile and uncomfortable? All right. Yeah. And we're just ready to get out of there. We're just doing it for them and ready to get out of there. You want people to linger. You want them to be able to talk about their keto journey with other people. So you're that third party stoking that conversation. If we can get it warm and comfortable, I promise you, like 90% more people are going to buy. They're going to walk away with products. So it's a very important topic. Okay. So during the party, as they come in, I would do about, 15 minutes, mix and mingle, trying to get people warm, stoking conversations, asking about their pain points. I know when we go to Dr. Heather's house and do a party, sometimes we do a meetup. And so there's actually a lot of strangers that show up. So it's super important that as she's getting bombarded with already questions in her kitchen, it's Amanda Armstrong, Sylvia. As she's getting questions in her kitchen, that I slide in and I'm welcoming these strangers who have never been in this house before. And we have a sign-up sheet there ready to go because sometimes there's been 20 people show up and we never even got to talk to everyone. Now that's a little uncommon, but that could happen with meetups if you start using that app in your local area. So we get a sign-up sheet out and have them put their name and also have them put what benefits they're looking for. And this will help you in your follow-up process, be able to stoke back up those benefits, okay? So people come in, mix and mingle, 15 minutes. And guys, it can be so simple. And that's what I want you to walk away with from this training is that all you have to do is have a couple empty boxes out. I would only put out the available flavors that are in the back store. I personally just, if we're probably going to release it again from time to time, you could serve that if you have a bunch of it and keep them on a list if they loved it and you could follow up with them. But I just think the easiest and most simple way is to only have the flavors out that are available. And you don't have to have all the flavors out. You could have 3 flavors out. And you could stoke curiosity that here's these other 2 that you love. And that night they would have to get a 5-day in order to try those. So you don't have to go overboard trying to sample every flavor. In fact, it really probably is more likely that they'll buy that flavor if they didn't get to try it at your house that night and they liked the other 2 flavors you sampled. Something that helps me get ready quickly. I'm very much on the go. I hate preparing for parties. I don't, because when you first do them, sometimes you put more preparation into it and you get kind of nutty. Last week, I actually worked a booth on Saturday and I hadn't worked a booth in about probably a year. I hadn't worked a booth. And in my first 2 years, I worked booths all the time. I looked for so many local community events because those are all warm leads of people you're meeting at a booth. And also it's an amazing experience to train a new promoter and get rid of their product by having a booth, those 5 and 10 days and teaching them a follow-up process. So it's the party tub and it's the booth tub. And it doesn't take me long to prepare for anything because if you can see right here, this is such a mess because I got back from my friend dropped a bunch of the stuff off because she shut the booth down. But literally I have an empty box of every single flavor in there. That's for decoration. Okay. I have a Hacked magazine in a frame. I have a couple keto recipe books. I have one little banner that's super easy to put up, whether it's in your house or on a booth. And I actually even have a thing of nuts in there to set out. And I have 5 and 10 days pre-packed up, ready to go, that sit in the bottom of that they're just ready. So having that booth, and maybe, that is the booth tub. That's the Keto Life Party tub. It takes me no time because I know everything is kept in there and it's ready to just fly out. It's not a bad idea to keep that in your car, to keep that in your trunk, especially keeping 5 and 10 day experiences in your car, because you never know when you're gonna, like, I just got back from an appointment and I sold 2 10-day experiences. I'm so mad because I literally just I was gonna reorganize that booth, but that box, but it usually stays in my car, and I would have had 2 10 days ready to go then instead of having to run them back across town. So always having your experiences on you and having, like, it just eliminates your stress of that big stress of trying to get ready, right? It's all in one place. So I love the idea of keeping an empty box of each flavor, because when people walk in, it just looks so nice. Another thing that I like is just go to Target, get just one of those big, clear little, you turn the spout and it comes out. It's just so easy. You can either just have water in it and mix the flavors with the shaker, shake it up together, or you can literally, if I'm at a booth, I do the shaker pour it and and so it's already pre-made that day at the booth. But if I was doing a Keto Life Party, I'd want the water and I'd want shakers, because I love the idea of shaking it up in front of people and just pouring it. And I would just get little clear cups. Usually it's at night. People don't want a ton of caffeine. They just want to taste the flavors. So that's kind of what it looks like to set it up. You don't have to have keto foods, but some people love hosting. And the only thing is, if you have keto foods and you start getting ketogenic diet questions, you're coming away from the ketone topic, right? And so something that I would say at a Keto Life Party is, if people start really talking about the foods and the diet or asking questions, I would say, hey, I have a really good support group that I can add you in, on Facebook, or I can let you follow the Facebook Pruvit page, or there's so many amazing resources that we have in this keto community that you can connect them with later on. But you don't want to go down that rabbit hole of talking about the ketogenic diet, because I don't even do the ketogenic diet. So I don't want people to think you have to be like this overnight success story at the diet to take the ketones. And I don't want my party being overtaken with diet, right? We want to focus on the ketones, sampling, and then the resources, sharing stories. So you could have a laptop out. Guys, you can have a Keto Life Party in Starbucks, and all you need to have ready is maybe an Inspire On video. You've probably in the invite process already sent them the campfire video, because remember yesterday during the invite process, we're just running the play that works as well. So know your audience and pick out an Inspire On video to play there. And if you don't know where to find those, it's on YouTube and it's on the Pruvit channel. All the Inspire On videos are there. I go there all the time to find what I want. So you can play that video. You can also have 2 or 3 people ready to share a little story. This is also your time to train people before they come in on a 60-second elevator story. I think we talked about that last week on one of the trainings. I know I did. It was on making a post to launch your business. And we talked about coaching the 60-second elevator story. So, it's a great idea to even coach one of your customers. What did you like best? Or what were you feeling before you took the ketones? Since taking the ketones, how have you felt, or what have you experienced? And what are you looking forward to most in this journey? and just having them share that. And sometimes that literally is the most meaningful part of the Keto Life Party, is just having a couple shares ready and having a resource ready to show. Really good idea is to contact your sponsor, or your nearest COC, or somebody that you want standing by. And as people ask questions during the night, don't be the expert. Remember, even in this environment, even in this setting, we are already establishing that we're connectors, and you don't have to know anything to do what I'm doing tonight. And so, as the night goes on, if you hear people asking questions about the ketones, and let's say you're brand new and you're isolated and you don't have a coach there helping you, it's so simple and it doesn't need to be overthought. You don't need to be nervous to have a Keto Life Party if you don't know anything about ketones or this company. Have somebody standing by, and as the night goes on, say, that's an awesome question. Let me write that down, because I'm going to have a girl who's been taking this longer than I have and knows more about it, and she's kind of been helping me come in and answer questions. So don't try and answer. Don't get in a rabbit hole of answering. Don't become the expert at your party. Have that, or if you don't have anybody to zoom in at your party at the end of the night to answer questions and help you close out, then that is a great question when you're able to say, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but tomorrow I'll follow up with you on that answer. And it just gives you the opportunity to come back in and connect them after you've found a resource that answers that question. Okay, because remember, the last thing we want to do is be answers. We don't want to be the expert. All right, so finally, after you've sampled the product, you guys have shared stories, maybe watched an Inspire On video, it's time to close out. And this is, besides warming the place up, this is the part of the night that is super, super important. How many of you have ever done formerly a mixture or a Keto Life Party where you didn't close out and nothing happened after the party? Well, y'all are rock stars, or it's on the next page. Okay, because I have been a part of supporting a Keto Life Party where we didn't close out and nothing came from it. Like, what? We can't waste time, resources, and energy like that. So it's time to close out. So as you're wrapping up the party, guys, it is time to ask for it. All right. Now, we talked about in the invite process that if you had someone say yes on Tuesday and they're coming on, let's say Friday, if you could have gotten them a 5-day experience, they may be ready to put in their order that night. And that is going to help everyone else maybe take that plunge and put in that order too when that first person does it. So offer them their options. There's 3 options here. One is you can leave here tonight with a 5 or 10-day experience. I use Venmo, I use PayPal, and I do have a Square because I've been a booth girl in the past. So any of those work, or you can take cash, check, whatever, but be ready for the exchange. All right. If you have other promoters that are coming to your house, make sure they bring their own 5 and 10-day experiences as well. So you're either going to walk away tonight with a sample, or if there's any other questions that I didn't get answered for you, let me know so I can make sure you don't leave here tonight without a sample. Okay. Number 2, you've already had your sample and you're ready to get in an order. You've already had your experience. You're ready to get in an order because I got you a 5 or 10 day out before you came. Or you were a one-time customer and we're ready to go smart ship. All right, so you can literally sign up that night. Something that I love to do is, hey, if any of you want to get your order in tonight, may take 2 or 3 days to ship. I want to put in your today order. I want to set you up on Smart Ship, and you'll explain the benefits of Smart Ship, the 22% off, the opportunity to earn free product, and to invite some friends back for your next party. Or I will help support you have a party, and we can invite all your friends and start working on your free product next month. So that's the other option. And what I would do in that case is I let them leave with 2 or 3 packs, and I let them know that. You know, if you're getting your order in tonight, I'm going to let you take two or three packs home with you so it can get you through until your order comes in. And last but not least, if anybody here, you know, wants to go further than Smart Ship, or let's say that, you know, when you were inviting them, that they invited 3 or 4 of their friends and they have 3 or 4 more orders to put in, you're going to offer the business. You're going to say, you know, do you want to do what I'm doing? We can earn free product, but we can go past that as well. So they're either leaving your house, you're closing out with a 5 or 10 day experience, a Today in Smart Ship order, or joining you in having a coffee tomorrow and talking more about the business, or a Zoom or a follow-up, or they can stay late that night. And sometimes other people stay just to hear. If you offer that after everyone leaves, you guys can discuss it more. It happens every time because then there's a fear of loss. People want to be able to stay and hear what that person's hearing too. So it's all about getting one person to take that jump and then everyone else kind of usually follows suit in what's going on. So the most important thing as the party closes after the close is to make sure you have another party scheduled. That can be your own party and they're all walking away with the next date to invite into it, or you help them schedule a party because they want free product or they want to launch the business, you know, or they just are freaking in love with the local community and want to share it with their friends and they're not even, maybe they just got an experience. But you want to ask for that. Would anybody here like for me to come into your home and help support you in having a keto life party with your friends? Or better yet, get the you know, the ball rolling. Does anybody here have friends who are doing the keto diet? Because like literally into the appointment I was just at, 3 girls in the office were on keto. And so like just get, like it is becoming so much hotter. So maybe the question is, do any of your friends do keto? Oh, really? Do you think we could get them to your house? And since they're doing keto, maybe we can shake up some ketones and do some fat bombs or something. And I can share some stories, you know, like ask it in a different way. Just get people's, you know, wheels turning. And finally, let's see. Yeah. I mean, I follow up the next day. Okay. Follow up, right? Most important part of our business is follow up. Anybody didn't put an order in, you're following up. The people who have their 5 and 10 day experience, one of my favorite trainings here was Kelsey's on how to follow up with a 5 and 10 day experience. If you have not watched that video yet, what are you doing? It literally shifted my business. So go to the Keto Movement and go watch that video on the 5 and 10 day experience and her language and how she gets so excited about finding the flavor they like and getting the order in. All right. And then the follow-up the day after is also the opportunity. If you go back to yesterday's invite and you invited 20 people and only 3 people showed up, you go back in and you follow up with the 20 and you say, hey, missed you at the party last night. We had so much fun. Really learned a lot. I did want to share this video that I shared last night, and I just wanted to offer you a 5 or 10 day experience. I can absolutely get it in the mail today, but here's one of the videos we played and was just thinking about you today. Whatever. It is just an opportunity after the party to stoke up and build rapport and have a conversation again and take a shot at the follow-up process and getting them out their experience. So with that being said, I think we went through what to have at the party, how to warm up the environment, asking for the experience, the order, or the promoter, and following up the next day, not just with the people who showed up, but with everybody there. And ultimately, the goal is to schedule party from party to party, and to also have this running out throughout your entire organization. So, Sylvia, I think we're ready.
Awesome job. Okay, so you guys, I've kind of given some breakdowns in the chat. So if you've missed it, scroll back up. I kind of tried to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can copy and paste those. If you have a couple questions, if y'all are okay with going over a few minutes, if you have questions. If you don't want to go over, please feel free to, you can hop off. But anybody who does have a questions, we'll take maybe like 5. So one question that I did see early on, Abigail, is do you charge for a keto life party?
I don't charge for a keto life party. I would charge for a workshop, which I don't need to really do anymore. We have playbook events that are going to be sparking up everywhere, and there's going to be a charge on that. But I wouldn't never charge for a keto life party.
Awesome. Okay. Somebody else asked the flow, and I think I kind of covered that in the follow-up. So if you scroll up, you should be able to find kind of the flow of the party in there. Let's see. Nobody else has any questions? You guys are good? I saw a lot of people taking notes. All right.
And do remember, corporate is putting together literally the invite, the what you need, the flow, like you're going to get that document of notes.
Okay, so here we got a question. How do you introduce the promoter option at the end of the party?
I think it's just, it's not being shady about it. Hey, if you think you got two people who would want, some experiences and we end up getting them on SmartShip, we can earn your product for free. If you think you know more than two people, then why don't you stay back and let me share with you what I do.
So Abigail, to clarify, are you having that conversation privately? So like the person
Nope.
who, you're just saying it out loud.
Absolutely. Because I want other people to hear that. That's where we were kind of talking about creating the fear of loss, where they can stay back and one or two other people may be like, I want to hear about that too. So I'd say it in front of everyone. It's one of the three options tonight.
Perfect. What do you say when people ask, what is a keto life party?
I would say this party is gonna, we're interested in the keto life. We're gonna learn about ketones, how to get in ketosis, and just live the lifestyle. I've got some stories and resources I'd like to share with you. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. Don't overthink it too. I mean, like, definitely these are great questions, but I think sometimes we get so in our head about it that then we begin to question every little detail, instead of just keeping it simple. Like, we're just here to have fun, right? Because the Pruvit community is fun. We have a blast at everything that we do. Okay, and then one last question that I saw was, is this going to be at a booth or is this at somebody's house?
Guys, a keto life party can take place at Starbucks. It can take place at a kid's basketball game, getting 4 or 5 people there early, sharing an Inspire On video on their phones, and having your 5 or 10 days in the purse, and maybe a shaker bottle with 4 Dixie cups in your purse. It can be at your house. It can be anywhere. A keto life party is not the same as a booth. I'm just saying that my plastic Tupperware can go to a booth or keto life party very easily. It's very mobile.
So you guys, like, a good tip would be just to have a kit together, like she was saying, in your car, because, like, I don't know, let's just say you go to Starbucks. Katie Rollins goes to Starbucks all the time. She just sits there and chills. And I'm sure that she connects with tons and tons and tons of people, right? So you don't have to necessarily even have something set up where you've invited people to. Like, if you regularly go to mom's group and you haven't talked to those people yet, if you regularly go to the park with your kids, bring stuff with you and just start chatting with people, keeping it very casual. It doesn't have to be like that sterile environment. Like, just be fun about it, and hey, oh my gosh, I see you have 2 kiddos if you're at the park. Like, open up conversation and just keep it super, super casual and fun, and share your experience with ketones. Okay. I think, are y'all good? Everybody definitely watch the replay. I did put a bunch of notes up in there. So I think that we're good to go. Yes. All right. Well, Abigail, thank you for the incredible content over the last 2 days. We will see you guys back here tomorrow. I want to actually give you guys a call to action to send out that new video to at least 5 people today. Send out that new video to at least 5 people. And last but not least, we did not do recognition this morning. So how about you drop some names in the comment of people that you're grateful for, people that are crushing it, and I will read quickly. Grateful for Abigail, Brooke Road, Abby Smith, me, oh, thank you, Christy Jones, Abigail, Trish McFarland, Jade Covert, Alexis Brady, Kelsey, Jen Worth, Jesus Ruiz, Nate Justice, Samantha Scherer, Kelsey Gigi, right? I always want to say it wrong. Sarah Lovely, Robin Young, Shauna Phillips, Anna Justice, Brian James, Emily Maurice, Tiffany Blackburn, Brian, Charlotte Isabel, Nick Couch, Brian Underwood, yes, yes, yes. Bianca Parent, Nick and Camille, Robin Young, Amy, awesome. Thanks for the love, you guys. BU, Rob DeBoer. We have the greatest community, don't you? Do you guys all just like sit in a moment of gratitude and realize that like if you've ever been in something else, we have so much love in this community. We have so much support. We have incredible people that genuinely want other people to succeed and are there. How many of you guys have had Brian do a 3-way chat for you? Like, I'm sure every person on this has experienced somebody reaching down and helping out to them. So that's something that we can just carry on in through the day and be so incredibly grateful for, being a part of such an incredible community of people. And you guys are all awesome and amazing. And no matter where you're at in the leg, no matter what you're going through, these people on here have the same, interest at heart, and they're here for you. So I love you all. We'll be back tomorrow with some more playbook event stuff. Have you guys liked this so far for the last 2 days? Because it's going to get turned up even more. Abigail's presentation was absolutely incredible, and we're going to continue it on, you guys, with Connect. I believe it's Katie Rollins tomorrow, I think. Is that right, Katie? Yes. Oh, okay, on social media. So you guys be ready to take notes because it's going to get lit. All right. You guys have a great day. Bye, y'all.